send it to the other people and see what was discussed. So what I wanted to talk about today was, and Tim was involved with the last one, which was it was pretty big. It was pretty complicated, a lot of logistics, a lot of planning, a lot of work. But it was our 40th. And so that's a big reunion. This one is the 45th. And this was basically a lot of people at the last reunion said, oh, we can't wait 10 years to have another one. So let's do one, at the 45th. Thankfully, we have somebody like Diane that planned a lot of little mini reunions, which was also a lot of fun. So we had a lot of fun at the mini reunions. I love the bowling one, the dancing one, the country bar was a lot of fun. What was another one I went to? The pizza, there was God, it seems like I went to 2 or 3 of them. I can't remember what they all were. But
we did one, John, that was at was over off of Sandy, where we played darts and pool and that.
Yes.
Did you come to that?
No, I went to the bowling one for sure, and I know I went to the one where they had the dancing out like on Division or Stark, like 162nd or something like that.
That was the Elks.
Yeah, and both those I thought were very, very successful. Oh, we had a little minor one at Otto Jones' house with 10 people. Very, very small.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good time.
Anyways, a lot of people said, hey, we should do something for the 45th, now not knowing there was going to be a pandemic. Now, some of you have talked to, like Jim, you and I have talked quite a bit about what ideas we had, and I talked to Diane briefly this morning. Tim, not so much, and Laura a little bit. But, with the virus and everything, I just had a Zoom earlier today, and we have a family reunion planned for next summer, and we're planning about 75 people, and it looks like we're more than likely we're going to have to cancel that. The virus just isn't going to let it go. And I don't know if you follow the numbers like I do, they've been skyrocketed the last few days, and really bad in the state, over 400. Now, the last 24 hours was like 3 something. So, but we're at an age group where if someone of us gets the virus, it's not going to be a good thing. So we have to be concerned about everybody's well-being. I don't care if Robin Woolheiser thinks he's the healthiest person in the world. We're not doing it, Robin. No, he's a good guy. But anyway, so I think that, like for Jim and Diane, last time we booked that Sheraton like a year in advance, and we had to put down like a lot of money down. And I do not think that we can do that this time. I think we need to do something simple. I think it needs to be outdoors. And a lot of the discussions that I've had has been about doing simple as getting a park and doing a picnic someplace, a barbecue type situation, which means that either A, we can spend more money, have it catered, or B, we have enough chefs in our repertoire of alumni to cook something up. Or maybe we do sandwiches like we did to school. I don't know. The whole food thing is something that we can deal with at a later time. I think I'm planning to do a Zoom all class reunion here in the next week or 2. And I wanted to kind of have an idea what to tell them. So that's what we're going to decide today. So unless there's some disagreement, do we all agree that an indoor catered meal at some banquet room is probably out? Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think people are going to want to, we don't know what it'll be like next summer. Maybe it'll be all better. Who knows? But I don't think people are going to want to commit or even partially commit to anything that's indoors. I don't want to.
I don't want to.
And it's a 45th. It's not a 10-year thing. Yeah. I think just doing something in a park would be better.
Right. I agree.
And so, I think you'd get more people willing to be if it's outside.
Yeah, I think so too. And so with that in mind, so we come to agreement that we're not going to do a banquet at a hotel, which would cost a lot of money catering. So we're going to do a outdoor. I think that we need to find a place that's covered. Jim and I, we talked about Blue Lake, but there's lots of parks. And we don't even need to decide on a park. Now, here's the thing. You can't even book a park right now. That's how shut down it is. So I'm going to try this, and hopefully this works. I kept talking about Blue Lake. Blue Lake is an option. I had a family reunion at Blue Lake about 2 years ago, and it was covered. There was a horseshoe pit right next to us. The lake was there. But those things are shut down right now because of the virus. But here's the thing. So I'm going to try to do this and see if this works.
Well, depending on what it is, what's the gathering maximum right now? Is it still 50?
Yeah.
Unless that changes, it wouldn't work anyway. Nothing would work.
No. So hang on a second. let's see. I was on the phone with Diane. I got all my stuff screwed up. So hey, give me a second here. It's all Diane's fault.
He blamed it on you.
Yeah, hang on a
So,
second.
question for you. How many were at the reunion, the 40th reunion? What were the numbers there? Do you recall?
They wouldn't know
What,
that answer.
160, 150, something like that?
Okay, so if it's 150, 160, the likelihood of it being that big is probably not. Excuse me. So even if it is the 50, it's a possibility we probably wouldn't have more than that.
Very true.
That's what I'm thinking.
Very true.
Because people, you know, there was people there who actually flew here, and they're not going to fly here for a
45.
Heck, no.
for a 45th picnic.
Right.
And there's still people that are going to, that their immune system can't handle it, so they wouldn't be coming even if they are local.
So what are you thinking? I mean, what
Well,
was
that's
the thought of this?
that's
Like,
the other thing. I'm trying to pull up this link because I wanted to show you something. I'm going to share a video, show a page with you. I shut it all down when I was trying to work with Diane. So just hang on a second. Well, I think, let's see here. Okay, so here we go. So let me try this. Let me see if I can get this to work now. Okay, so back to here. Okay, let's see if this works. And then, okay.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Oh, shut up, phone.
Could you please repeat what you said?
Hey, Google.
Okay, can you see this now?
It said started. Screen
Started
share.
screen sharing, but
Is there something?
is it?
there it is.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so I was, Oxbow, Blue Lake was on it, but I was also looking at Oxbow. So city parks are pretty small, but they are labeled. Oxbow, which actually I kind of like in the sense that it has a history, because a lot of people went there for senior skip day. And so I went down here and I was just looking, I was just out of curiosity, I started looking. Of course, now I don't have that. But there was, let's see if they have reserve group shelter. Let's see if they have different shelters. And I plan on going, let's see if this pops up here. Here we go. This one here, well, here's one, up to 300 people seating under shelter for 148. That's pretty big. Here's another one where for 60 people, shelter for 56. Here's one up to 150 people seating for shelter for 96. So maybe that might be the one of interest to us. And then if we decide to go this route, the other one is Blue Lake has one for 140 people. But I can't remember what the price is. So this is $125 for the day, 150 people seating under shelter for 96. So,
And even if you only ended up with 50 people, 60 people, given
it wouldn't matter.
Depending on the situation, I think people would be rather to be spread out than
Right.
That's assuming you're sitting everybody,
Right. Now, here's the thing. Is like if you read right here, it says reservations for picnic shelters will open at midnight on May 15th. Most places, like I said, you can't even book anything right now. So I think what we need to tell the class is like, hey, look, we are planning something for the 45th. It's going to be a picnic type scenario, covered. Depending upon the vaccines and virus, and everything else, we'll have to have a protocol in place. And maybe by then the state still says nobody over 25 people in a gathering. I don't know. I don't know what the situation be. We can't book anything until May. So my thought process was like the last 2 weeks of July, first 2 weeks of August, in a situation where we think it'll be good weather.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that we need covered because it could also be 100 degrees that day, the day that we pick. So we want to have something that can be sheltered out of the elements, some grass, like the one park I saw at Oxbow, or even the one on Blue Lake, has a lot of land around it, so you could spread people out. Maybe people could bring some canopies or something, worst case scenario.
Rooster Rock has covered areas too. There you've got the river. It's a little farther out.
They have covered spots there?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, let me write that down. I was just out there. I didn't see the Rooster Rock. I'll take a look. Next Thursday is supposed to be a nice day. I thought I know what Blue Lake looks like. Like I said, we just had and their place is pretty nice. Like I said, there's a horseshoe pit and some lots of land area there. So I think we want a place that has enough that fits. What's the minimum number we should have? 140, 150, 160? What do you think? Tim, you've been on all these committees. What do you think?
Well, for a 5-year, I think the number is going to be down. So
I think it's going to be under 100.
Absolutely.
that would be my gut. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's max out at say 1 to 120 is what we were looking for in that area, because I didn't see anything that has like 90. I saw 65, 75, but we want something that will hold at least 80 to 120 then. So that's what we should look for. So, browse around, take a look at other areas. Tim, you want to kind of research Rooster Rock and see what you can find out there. And like I said, we don't need to decide on anything because we can't book anything anyways. And it's hard to even say a date because okay, we're going to say Oxbow Park the first Saturday in August. And then we call them up on the night and say, well, we're sorry, that's already taken. Then what do we do? Then we have to have backup plans. We need other places. So not just Oxbow Park, but Blue Lake, Rooster Rock, anything else that we can think of. So why don't we kind of get why don't we prioritize like some weekends? So right now it's hard to guess what anybody's schedule should be like next year. I just popped in my head. I was just thinking I did think about though that, and we don't have to make a decision on this, is we could add on at a later time a little gathering at the school like we did last time, if it's safe. And maybe do like a lunch so say we do the picnic on Saturday, and then we do say something like at the school on Sunday, and then maybe this time we do the junior building cafeteria. But that's something so we don't even that's something you can book at the last second. So we don't need to plan that. We can just
and whether the school will even allow it.
Yeah, we don't know, but that's something we can table to a later time. So what do you guys think?
So are you thinking a Saturday or a Sunday? Anybody care?
I think a Saturday would be better because if people do travel, they can go back on Sunday.
Then either 24th, 31st.
Is that July?
Yeah.
Okay.
7th or 14th.
Okay. So the 7th of August is the first Saturday in.
Yep.
Okay. Should we, at this point, should we just say one of those 4 weekends, or should we try to say, let's pick one and then like a 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, and 3? What's the thought process?
I'd say just go in the order of the days. Start at the 24th and go right through.
Okay.
Because it's not going to be like, well, when are people available? It's here's the date. If you show up, you showed up. If you can't, you can't,
Yeah. How about if we go backwards?
The 14th, start on the 14th and go to the 7th, and then
Because that's further, it pushes us back an extra month. I don't know.
And
the heat.
Don't make it for me, but because if we were supposed to go on a cruise at that time, which we've pushed out a whole nother year.
Uh-huh.
But we've got.
When does the cruise start?
And if it opens up, we're going to go someplace.
When did the cruise start?
Well, it was covering through mid-September.
But when is it?
That's why. But again, don't.
No. But I mean, when would your cruise start? What would be the earliest the cruise would start?
Well, we won't go on the cruise. I'm just saying we have reserved dog sitting time. So if it opens up, we'll go somewhere. Not on the cruise. We've pushed that off a year.
Yeah. So would the 7th of August be a good date for you, or
anytime in August or early September? I wouldn't.
Oh, July is bad for you.
Mid-September would be too late.
Oh no, we won't go that far. No. I was just thinking.
I'm sorry. I got screwed up. I was thinking we were into September. We're talking about mid-August and end of July.
No.
So yeah, I don't care. Go backward, August 14th first, and then work our way back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that, Tim? It gets us further out.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly nothing on my calendar for next summer.
Well, they're talking the NBA may not start till February or March and play through July. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I just don't know. And like you said, none of us know what's going to be happening. That's why we can't really book anything. I don't want to book anything right now. And
No.
everything we talk about, everything that we plan and do is all going to be tentative based upon what happens with the world and the virus and everything. So,
Right.
but I just kind of want to get, so let's go work our way backwards. So July 14th would be a first date, and the 7th and the 31st and the 24th. So that way, when we make the reservation with whatever park we decide on, we'll have to choose 1, 2, or 3 parks too. We're going to have to have multiple parks. Our first choice, second choice, third choice. So then on the 15th of May, when at midnight we call and we try to get the park that we want, and hopefully we get it. I mean, you know, our first choice is this park, second choice is this park, and whatever we get, we get. So is everybody okay with that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds fine to me.
So that's kind of the plan. Now, activity. Tim, you are so good. Did you see what Tim did? Tim put a little emoji in his little face there. I got to give him something here.
Okay, here. Where's it? There.
I just had
That's
Diane,
as I get.
yeah, Diane and I, we about 40 minutes before we finally got to work. And your camera looks wonderful, Diane. You did a great job.
Hers is all prop too.
Yeah, well, she's on her phone because she tried to get her yeah, you can turn her phone sideways if you wanted, but she's comfortable where it's at. But
When you
hey,
did
there
it,
you
I thought
go.
you were going like,
And then as far as so we're going to go with that. That's what we'll tell the alumni. August 14th, August 7th, July 31st, July 24th, a picnic at a park to be determined later. The food situation is something we can think of. I think my first preference would be, if we can't do it ourselves, that'd be the best way to do it, keep the cost down. I mean, if we get 100, say we get 100 people and we charge each person $20, that's $2,000. I mean, the park's what, $250. So that gives us over $1,000 for food. But that's something we can talk about later, as you know, just right now come up with a date. Now, Tim was our treasurer last time. I don't know that we really need to go through the work that we did last time as far as opening a bank account and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, probably not. You're only going to have a few expenses.
Yeah. And what about mail outs? Are we going to try to do mail outs and all that kind of stuff too, maybe?
Was there an email list last time?
No, we did mail outs. We had addresses. Tim had a database, and we got, I forgot how did we?
It'd just be nice if we could email it, because there's free, obviously.
Yeah.
And because it'd be nice to get an inkling, you know, early in the year of how many people want to do this.
Yeah, good point.
Because if all we're getting is no, and we think it's only going to be this many people,
yeah,
it changes.
Tim, do you still have that database online where you have access to email addresses?
I never throw anything away, so it must be out there somewhere.
The other thing too is, couldn't we do it through the David Douglas Facebook page too?
Yes.
We can throw it out there through that. That
Yes.
reaches a lot.
That's
of people.
true.
Yes. So I mean, so my plan is either next Sunday or the Sunday afterwards, we're going to do all hands Zoom reunion. It's been something that's been in the works. I actually tried to contact Lindsay Wagner to see if she would be a guest speaker, but this time she didn't reply. So I think Ted Chester is just going to come in as a class president and say a few words, but we'll put this word out about that. So that's one way. And we can tell people, hey, let's get the word out. But I know Tim's database, which was something we used a lot last time, had a place where when you could log in and sign in once you registered and type in your information, like address. We had everybody's address. And I want to say we were able to print out address labels, I think. So that'll be something that we can talk about. So my plan is to do this once a month. So that's something that we need to keep track of. Let me write that down there. David Douglas. You're talking about their alumni page, right, Diane?
Pardon?
Alumni page, website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the class of 76 one.
Not the Facebook, just alumni page. You talking about Facebook or the actual alumni?
Well, there is a Facebook, David Douglas Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm writing this.
That's what we need to use, because then you get a notification that there's something there. I don't know what the other one you're talking about is.
Well, we can put the word out to everything, and then and we'll just tell people, look, there's no way to book anything right now. We can't make any reservations right now. It's going to be a play by your, you know, we got some tentative dates. We got tentative places. we know what we want to do, and we can start planning things like activities. If we want to do activities, we can plan for how we're going to do the food, what we're going to eat, those kind of things. All those things we can plan over the next few months, but the place and the date is something to be determined at a later time. But we can work on at least getting the word out. So maybe that's something we can discuss next time, is how are we going to get this word out? Are we going to do email? Are we going to do postcards like we did last time? Are we going to do letters? Are we going to do just a Facebook word of mouth kind of thing? Because Diane, how did you do for the minis? Didn't you just put like Facebook, like, how did you get out the word out to people?
I did it through the Facebook alumni,
Yeah.
the David Douglas 76 page.
Yeah.
Because anybody who follows it then will get notification.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And then a lot of people shared with people that didn't have Facebook
Right.
accounts. They shared with whoever they hung out with.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to send Robin a message. I don't know how to pronounce, Robin Ross, she wanted to help this time. I forgot to get a hold of her. Victor and Jim, you guys talked to me like at the reunion last year or a few years ago saying, hey, make sure that we're involved next time. So I think that's really all that we really need to discuss today. We got some tentative dates. We have a tentative plan. Anything else that, and I would say maybe each one of you maybe make some notes of things that we should make sure that we talk about in the future, because I can't think of everything. I'm getting old like you guys are, even though I'm probably older than all
Sure,
of
what
you.
was that?
So much up in the air.
Tim, what do you think? You've been on all these committees. What should be our focus for right now? It's not really much you can do, right?
No. I mean, things are different now that people are doing these all. We're doing it all ourselves instead of using the committee. So
Yeah.
And things are so up in the air with the pandemic. Who knows? That same address database is still live. If you have the link from before,
I'll take a look.
Still running. So.
Okay, I'll take a look. And if I find it, I'll share that with you and Jim and you and Diane, okay? Was there a password? Do you remember if there was a password?
Yes, there was. You must have had one.
Okay.
I can change them if you want.
I still got I think I still have my emails from, well, I guess it was 2016. It might be, I guess it was 4 years ago. God, it's been 4 years already. Man, that went fast.
Nice.
But we'll take a look into that, and then we'll plan another one. So this is what, the 11th? Is this the second?
Oh, I didn't get Tim. That was too quick. What was that?
What's that?
He put up a website
Oh,
address.
Well, but you need the password. I'll have to go either set up.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a chat window there that has the link.
okay. Yeah, so we'll get that information out. So so in between now and the next time we get together, which I'll figure around the middle of September. No, when am I at? Middle of November. We'll get together. Man, this pandemic's going on for a long time. I'm gonna tell you. I haven't worked since the last Blazer game was canceled. Well, that's not true. I'm doing a weekly show now for doing Trailblazers courtside, but I haven't worked much. But yeah, middle of November, we'll do another one, and we'll plan it. So if you make notes, mental notes of things that we think that we need to make sure we cover. I recorded this. I will share this with the rest of the committee, and then probably either the 18th or the 25th, maybe the 18th, maybe next Sunday, we'll do an all hands alumni thing and put this word out. So maybe we'll do something like that. That could be a little tricky because it might be 100 people trying to figure out Zoom. So that'd be interesting to see how that works. But it's the only way we can get together right now. So, and that's how it is. And that's the best way to get word out. So we'll see how that goes. Anything else? It's great to see everybody. Jim, you're going to pass this information on to Victor?
Yeah.
Yep. And like I said, I recorded it. I'll make a copy of it, put it on YouTube, and send you guys a link so we can share it with the other people. But we got a plan. We're going to do a picnic at a place for 80 to 120 people. We can adjust that based upon replies that we get in mailings or feedback from the alumni. And we're looking at the last 2 weeks of July, the first 2 weeks of August, with August 14th being number 1, August 7th 2, the 31st July number 3, and 24th of July number 4. And then depending upon the virus, we may or may not do something at the junior building cafeteria on the Sunday for lunch like we did last time. But that's kind of the plan. We'll go with that. All right.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Nothing
Sounds
else.
good.
We'll let you guys go.
See you
And
soon.
I will put out, let's see, today's Sunday. So I will put out on the Facebook page tomorrow about the Zoom that we're going to do all alumni meeting reunion type thing on Zoom, I think on the 18th, unless it's a bad day. I don't see why the 18th. That's the problem now. Like I have a lot of free time. I don't know about you guys. So Jim, did you go anywhere this summer? You didn't go anywhere this summer, did you, Jim? No.
No, we had several trips planned and they all went in the tank. So
I had my family reunion in Sweden canceled, and I had a military reunion in Orlando canceled. And we just had a Zoom meeting about Orlando. We're pushing Orlando back to September 2021. So, and that's what's crazy. Everyone kept thinking 2021 will be safe, and now, like, man, even 2021 is.
you know, and the problem is even when it opens up, then it's going to be hard to go anyplace because everybody's going to be booking, and you know it'll be hard to get reservations and plane tickets. And
I know it's gonna be crazy. So, all right, man. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next month.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.